What is up, guys? It is Kitsos from Coastal Lane Gaming, and we have another Planet Coaster video. Sorry, I think I botched that a little bit. So, last episode, and yes, I know it's been a while, we're going to try to get uploads more regularly. I'm going to try to film everything on Sundays and go from there. So, last episode we built this awesome, really cool looking station right here, where the track literally flies through the station. It's really freaking cool. Look at that. For this Schwarzkopf quadruple looping roller coaster. So it has a pre-drop, which I think is pretty cool. But now looking at it, this is where you gotta go like, maybe this would be better as a tunnel. And then it emerges from the tunnel. See right here? Oh man, I can't enclose this whole thing. But what I can do is kind of hide that drop by enclosing this. So, what we got here, a little bit of an additional tunnel there, just kind of starts diving under this rock formation. Then it comes out right here. Drops down the main drop into the double loops. How big is that main drop? It's the biggest drop on the ride, but it's 140 feet. So this is probably the biggest Schwarzkopf I think that was ever built. I don't think they went much above 130. Maybe Shockwave at over Texas was 140, but I don't think it was. So this is a giant Schwarzkopf. I don't know what Olympia looping is either, so. But yeah, this is a big ride. So, what we did was we built these 4 almost perfectly aligning loops. I didn't align them perfectly just so I could space the loops out a little better. And because the loop size also comes into play. So, this is called Pirate Invasion. And the theme is basically a bunch of pirates are trying to invade the Redcoat Castle. Right here, the British castle. You see all the British and the soldiers guarding and all that. And then we got, of course, I'm just filling you guys in from what happened last time. So, basically, we put all these redcoats here. We put the pirates here behind rocks. They're all shooting cannons, and the guests are just trapped in the middle of it. And as you can imagine, the queue scenery is 100%. And the prestige is very high. So, we did good. And we didn't take up a ton of space. Like, looking at the footprint, we still have all of this to work with. Also, we do have land back here if we actually need it. I mean, if we want to. And over here, we do have a thin strip of land that I could build with. You know, build over in this area. So, what are we going to do next? So what have we done so far? Let's just, first of all, we've completed every objective, okay? So we start with just this Rocktopus. Since then, we've added a Grand Carousel. We've added a Scrambler. We've added a Teacups ride. We added a Vekoma Junior coaster, or technically it's a Zero, I think, but either a Zero or not a Zero. Yeah, a Zero. So, basically it runs 2 trains. It's a pretty cool coaster. It has a helix drop, a few airtime moments. It's not a very long ride. It's literally a helix drop, an airtime moment, a couple of weird bank turns, a drop, and a giant swooping turn into the brake run. It's not that big a ride. But I mean, it does its job, you know what I'm saying? It does its job. So that's good at least. Alright, what else have we done? We still have the wooden coaster, which came with the park, which is, I'd say, our family thrill ride. And then we have the Schwarzkopf Custom Looper, which is our most aggressive thrill ride. By far the most aggressive thrill ride we have. So, now that we have... Uh-oh. We have a staff that has quit. So this guy just quit because he's bored. Great. Rehire staff. It's because all the food and stuff is being diverted nowhere because no one's buying it. Okay, wait a minute. What's going on here? Why is no one buying food? Houston, we have a problem. That guy's fully trained, which is probably why he's so bored. Let's look at our staffing. So we're park managing, remember? So this is important. It looks like everybody has a low workload. Except this dude. I'm gonna up their pay a little bit. I'm gonna need more janitorial staff, likely. Why is this guy so unhappy? He has a normal workload. The heck? Alright. We're gonna hire some janitors. Because people keep complaining about litter. It's one of the top complaints in the park. So this video has started off slow. I'm sorry. Right now, this video is more of park management so far, but we'll get into some fun stuff later. So we're gonna add a bunch of janitors to the workforce. Up their pay by 15. That usually makes them happy. Alright, there we go. We got janitors. Now let's do some fun stuff. Alright, so, what is this park missing? We have our thrill coaster. This is more of a small to medium-sized park. No matter what, in the end, that's what it's going to end up being. So we got to keep that in mind when we're constructing it. They have the big bad Schwarzkopf as their main attraction, which means logically they're probably not going to get something that beats that for a while. Although they may get another thrill ride that is just not quite as good, or a throwing flat ride that's not quite as good. Something to note, you know. So, also this Schwarzkopf could probably run more than 2 trains. Probably, but I'm only running 2 trains on it, so, oh well. Alright, so we have our big thrill, we have our medium thrill, and we have our kiddie. Right here, the Jolly Roger. So, what we're going to do next is build a more throwing flat ride. Looking at what we have in terms of flat rides, we do not have throwing flats. We have a Teacups, a Rocktopus, a Scrambler, and a Carousel. We just don't have that, that actual thrill flat ride. So let's look at what we have, okay? So, looking at thrill rides only. We have Ascendant, which is a S&S shock tower. Centrum, which is, it exists. Golden Eagle, which is one of those rides, I don't know. Horror Heights, which is basically, this is the base framework for what Tower of Terror at Disney is. This is what it looks like. We have Hurricane, which is a scrambler, which I don't even consider that much of a thrill ride, but Hyper Jump, which is a smaller SNS shock tower. Insanity, which is a Chance double... Is it Chance who built the double swinging inverter? Something like that. Loop de Loop, which is a compact looping flat ride that has terrible capacity, so it's probably a no-go. Power Moves. Not sure what that is. Hold on. Oh, this one is the one where it rotates and then it goes around, I think. Yeah, okay. We have Round the World, which is... I've ridden one of these. Oh my gosh, they're insane. Swift Drifters, which is basically a whip. Swift Eagles, which is a Flyers. Test Flight, which... Not sure what that is. And then Wild Blue, which is a Gerstlauer Sky Roller, I think it's called. Is that what they're called? Is it a Sky Roller? I don't know. That's the other option. Now, Wild Blue, or the Gerstlauer Sky Roller, whatever it is a good flat ride to have for thrilling guests, but its capacity is mediocre. It's not terrible, but it is mediocre. So what we're going to do is based on capacity. Like if you look at capacity, 8, 16, 24, or 32, 64 riders at a time for this ride right here. And it's aggressive thrill and it has good stats. So the way I see it, this is going to be our best bang for our buck in terms of a thrill ride. Now the question is, how do we get back here? Oh, we can go like right there and then have it lead. Yes. Okay. So we're going to build this here. We're going to place the entrance over here. Place the exit over here. Alright, there we go, and then alright, we're gonna build the exit first and then the entrance. Alright, now there we go. Alright, so we kind of tucked it in this space that we would have otherwise not used. And the reason I did that was because, well, we don't want to, with the small amount of land we have, we just have this right here, you know, right there, there. So we don't have a ton of space. So because we don't have a ton of space, obviously we can't do as much, which is why the Schwarzkopf is so linear and it has a tunnel. So honestly, I could have made that tunnel go farther back. Anyways, the point is, we need to use every bit of space we have. So, that being said, we have now gotten here. We have Insanity is the name of the flat ride, but that's not pirate themed. Let's see. I almost want to give it a generic theme. Because all these flat rides have cool ride skins, but this I just don't see. I know what I'll do. I'll name it Scallywag. It's just kind of a generic pirate name. It already has a 92Q scenery because of all this stuff. But we're going to make it better, okay? So, first things first. What can we do? Let's line the queue with some palm trees. Some Ikai palms. Welcome to the tropics, guys. Alright, now we're gonna have some animatronics. But before we have some animatronics, we're gonna have an anchor at the entrance of the queue. Also, we totally need to put signs down for these rides, like actual ride signs. And I'm gonna put an anchor on each side. Next up, we're gonna go to animatronics. And... okay, that's just disgusting. Anyway, sorry, I just noticed that existed. Red coat pirate. So, is it possible to put this guy up here? No, because the whole thing raises. Okay, never mind. I can't do that. Alright, so we're gonna put Pirate Lookout right here. Alright, and they're looking out. Next up, we're gonna have angry pirates shooting at guests. Definitely not a safety hazard or anything. No, definitely not. So all these guys are going to be like, oh, you gonna come in my queue line? Alright, I'm gonna blast you in my queue line. Right here, right here, right here. Alright, so this looks a lot better, but I'm still not liking this skinless ride skin right here. So we're gonna go to building. We're gonna go to wall pieces. We're gonna go with a wood, if I can find it. And we're gonna go with natural wood. And it's just gonna kind of surround it. But don't worry, I'll theme it more than that. I'm not gonna slack off that much. I mean, come on. Wait, make sure this doesn't interfere with the ride. Alright, so the issue here is going to be the fact that I can't actually place these in certain places because of where the double swing inverter comes. So we're just gonna have these corner walls. Kind of like it's run down in a way, like it's not fully constructed. Alright, so we just kind of have this weak ride skin. It's not a good one, but because of the shape of the ride and the nature of it, how it swings, I can't really build like a intricate ride skin here. So we're just kind of doing this. Then we're doing this. Alright, so now we're gonna get all these giant pirate flags. It's mainly for the show, so it's kind of like there, but also and there we go. Alright, so actually I might want to center that. There we go. Alright, so now we have this. Double swinging inverter. It's got good stats. How much are we charging for these other flat rides? $750 for Hurricane. How much for the Teacup? $6. $550 for the Rocktopus. $550 for Pirate Steed. So for this thrill ride, we're going to go $8, which is the most expensive flat ride in the park. And Scallywag is open to the public. So now that we've opened Scallywag, we should see an attendance boost, which is definitely something the park would definitely need to get. Of course, it'll also disperse crowds a little better. Question is, are people going to actually ride it? Yes, people are going back there to ride it. Good. That's a good sign. Alright, so we've kind of built this cool little theme park-ish area. Like, it's not a great park, like, by any means. It's not heavily Disney-themed or Universal themed, but it's done okay, I'd say. You got these loops right there. Look at all that. Alright. So, we built our first inverting slash thrill period flat ride. Because I'm sorry, Scrambler's moderate thrill. It's not aggressive thrill. This is more of an aggressive thrill ride. So now that we have one of these, that is definitely a good thing. So, in conclusion, we've hired some staff, we built a flat ride and done some minor theming to it. Not as good because of where it is, it's just hard to, you know, do it. And I try to keep the episodes pretty short so you guys don't get bored, and this episode was quite frankly pretty boring. Although, on the bright side, next episode will likely be a coaster. I'm thinking that coaster will go over in here. and utilize the water. Now, looking at the coasters we have, my best option would be some sort of multi-launch coaster. But I'm not sure what multi-launch I would want to use. A Gerstlauer or Infinity could work, but they're more designed to be compact for the most part. I'm thinking more of the Mack multi-launch. And maybe have a chain lift hill in it and an LSM or something crazy. I just want it to be cool. So, that is going to do it for today's Coasterland Gaming video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, click that like button down below. And if you have not subscribed to the Coasterland Gaming channel, please do so. We would love to have you. Alright guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Until next time, Kitsos Coasterland Gaming, signing off. Peace guys.